Hello, welcome back to XCOM Enemy Within Iron Man with Discord adoptions. Mule has completed 3 missions now with no rank ups. Surely this is the next one. I think we gotta prioritize either Germany or France. We'll go Germany. We're taking Mule, obviously. Callum, you can sit out. Vriska is currently getting her brain modded. It's been a while since we've taken Roy for a trip. Let's take Roy with us today. And having said that, let's give some other people another shot in the sun before we round this out. We'll put Callum in there. Callum, in an alternate reality, would be a leader for us. Yeah. What do I normally give you? I guess I'll give you that. Tesnu, you need a new loadout. Let's give you healing. Multi-heal.
Prepare for deployment, Strike One.
Our target site is near the German border. Alien activity continues to surge within several major cities. Our response is crucial to minimizing the spread of panic.
I'd like to say, before I built my computer, there is absolutely no fucking way I would have been able to play as much of this game as I have and saved every single episode on one device.
This is Big Sky. Strike Team.
Oh, look at this!
Requesting authorization to deploy.
Solid copy, Big Sky. Strike One is cleared to engage.
Oh, was this like the literal first mission we had? Like, outside of the tutorial, this is usually the first mission you get. Let's do it. Roy, get in there.
On the move. Alien object in sight.
We see melds. We go for melds.
Okay.
Actually, you can get up here. Too bad. Apparatus. Says here this might pop somebody. Yes. Sectoid Commander. Lovely. Does not have a shot.
Ich habe alles im Blick. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Well, there, if we got a snapshot sniping.
Got it covered. Heading out. I'm on it.
Got 3 snipers this mission. Oh, good damage all around. Dead. No?
Enemy is still alive.
There you go. Pulling there for the kill. There's a sectoid commander. He's going hard.
Sie treten den Rückzug an.
Mule, would you like to do the 55%? My man, Mule did not pass sniper school. He dropped out and he went to Psi school instead. But you know what? Sometimes he still makes it count. What can I say?
Moving to position.
On my way.
Moving out.
Overwatch. Welcome.
I'm Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch.
Roger that. Scanning.
Got some floaters. Come on. Here we go.
Heading out. Visual on the goods.
Melds very close together.
Distant secured.
Have Roy
I'm on my
focus
way.
on it.
Contact.
Hello.
Firing on hostile.
That works.
Got it covered.
Headed there now. Roger that. Scanning.
74%.
Roger
I'm just gonna rush up Polnareff. You are flanked.
Negativschaden. Armor intact.
Why do you want to throw grenades at the mech troopers? What does that do for you? I don't quite understand that myself. So you just clip through the universe.
out of the game.
See, that's the sort of gumption and commitment I expect from you, Mule. You have to be able to go invisible and clip through walls. If you can't do that to take a shot, then you're just not cut out for the job, I'm afraid.
Damn it, missed the target.
You blew up something, I'll give you credit for that.
I'm on the move. Enemy spotted.
Hello. This is a good mission for our runner-ups, I think. I appreciate it.
My ammunition is running low. Has been neutralized.
Alright, we do want to protect Roy.
Heading to that location.
Don't want to meaninglessly endanger him. He doesn't have repair servos. Like the other guys we got. Test new in case they bust into the gas station.
Moving out.
Chair.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
Oops. That was a bad place to put you. I did not realize that was on fire.
I'm pinned down here. Having fire near my location.
Man, they cannot hit him for shit, though.
I'm being targeted.
Mule, would you like to take a shot now? Okay, there you go. Nice. There you go. I would like to move you up here. And set your asses on fire.
They won't last long.
Mutons are like the stupidest when it comes to cover for some reason. I don't know what's special about mutons and cover, but they seem to hate it.
Scanning.
I'm on the move. It's been secured. Your nightmare is just starting.
And Tesnu for the flank. Howdy. Bye-bye.
X-ray neutralisiert.
It's not it yet.
Okay.
Probably some more guys behind the store.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
Oh shit, on top of the store. Never mind. And now they're behind the store.
Contact.
Man, I'm a genius. That it just blew up the wall. All right.
I'm on it, Commander.
Don't think this will bring vision. Reload.
Complete. Moving.
Now let's move you up.
I'm on it.
Here,
I'm
move
on
you
the
up.
move.
Bunch of our guys not really getting in the fight much.
I've got my eyes on.
Well, they're kind of in a risky position. Maybe fall back a bit,
Roger.
just so they don't run up and flank you. And in case he busts through this door, Tesno will be ready.
Verstanden. Moving to position.
Mule wants you to get into a better position here. That is not your pistol. There you go.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
A little bit more height advantage. There he is. Good damage. That's a good pistol shot. It's actually a good pistol shot. Breaks vision again for some reason. That was at least a movement. Roy, let's see it.
Moving out.
Hello. You're gonna reaction shot. There you go.
Heavy fire near my location.
Who can make a bit of damage? Not a whole lot of people.
Got it. Roger that. Scanning.
Headed there now. Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Rolling. I feel, Commander. In Bewegung.
Peek. Hi there. What is this? Repair Shiv? Use the arc thrower to repair 6 HP? It's Repair Shiv? I didn't realize that. I can just use medkit. I don't understand. Alright. That's a lot of heals that you have access to if you got both of those. That's bizarre. Okay. Anyway. That's a whiff. I don't think Mule's gonna get a shot here, but can try for it.
Miss the target.
I would think he'd probably want to go for Tesnu. Yep.
Deco.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I have collateral damage. Will this work here? Let's see.
Targeting hostile.
How's that? Still don't have a shot, Mule. What are you doing? Alright. Full nerf. He did it.
Everything by the numbers.
Does Mule at least hit Colonel?
I'm glad to see our troops are
Finally!
wiped by the aliens. I guess I should.
In the zone or double tap? We'll give you in the zone. Okay. Alright.
Remember, we will be watching.
Okay. We're gonna do a bit of a soldier review in a second here, but I'm gonna take just a moment's break. 1 second here. Bye-bye. Okay. So, everyone who we have named is now a colonel. That means shy of just going ham on the melds upgrades, which I don't think is super fair. We are basically capped on everything. There are, I think, 1 or 2 more, probably maybe even 2 or 3 more aliens we can capture, but I'm not really worried about that. The main thing we were missing, in my opinion, was the plasma pistols. We got those a while ago now. So we're going to take a look at the soldiers that we have, and we're going to talk about their viability as our final team of 6 that will do the final mission. And we also have to choose which of our 3 Psy soldiers are going to qualify for the chosen one. So first off, Samnus, our most decorated character. I think, no question, Samnus needs to be in here. 190 kills. You've been in 63 of our missions. That is the vast majority of our missions. Bear in mind, the medals give, like, all sorts of benefits, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are entirely worthwhile. Having a will of 62 is not good, and I would argue that that's probably Samnus' biggest weakness. Samnus has been possessed 1 time, and it was not bad. I don't think Samnus really needs a respirator implant anymore, to be quite frank. Let's actually build you a dedicated mind shield.
We're always glad to have more help down here.
Not that we're at a lack for him or anything, but I can make another one. Okay. So I do want you to have the mind shield. Do you need a scope with 122 aim? Not to mention, you can fly, and you have the height advantage iMod. Probably not. But what would you take instead? I don't know that there's a whole lot you could take instead. You could take chitin plating, but what are the odds you're going to get meleeed? Not very high. You could try to heal yourself. Let's take a peek at Samus's abilities. Headshots. Squad sight. Executioner. Disabling shot. Opportunist eliminates the aim penalty on reaction shots and allows reaction shots to cause critical hits. Huge on a squad sight sniper. Covering fire allows reaction shots to trigger on enemy attacks, not just movement. Also big. And double tap. I have used every single one of these abilities. Not a single one of these has not consistently benefited Samus. Now, bear in mind, double tap is basically forced on you as a sniper. Disabling shot is forced on you as a sniper. And squad sight is forced on you as a sniper. So, to be real, Executioner, Opportunist, and Covering Fire are the main ones that we got randomed for Samus. And they're all good. They're all really good. Samus has definitely benefited from the Archangel armor, has used it many times. We have the best equipment available on Samus. I really can't think that there would be much else worth adding to Samus. Even a medkit is kind of dubious because that's just one turn to heal maybe a bar when enemies can hit you for 2 bars now. And a scope basically makes every single shot Samus takes guaranteed. Not that they don't already have practically guaranteed shots, but that's just so strong. Samus is an absolute slaughterhouse on this team. I think the main thing we need to add is the Mind Shield, just because, yes, Samus's will is so low. And I imagine Samus's will is as low as it is, partly because they've maybe been gravely wounded once or twice, but it's been a few missions. Alright, other than that, Azurite. Azurite also... Azurite does not suffer as badly from low will, and does not necessarily need the Mind Shield. Azurite carries Titan armor, because he's a big burly motherfucker, and I like leaning into that. Best rocket launcher, best LMG available, that's fine. Let's check your abilities. Extra conditioner. Bonus health based on type of armor equipped. Heavier armor increases the bonus. Alright, all the more reason to run Titan armor. Aggression. Bonus critical chance per enemy in sight. That's good. Close combat specialist has come in handy multiple times. Danger zone. Increase the area of suppression in all rocket attacks by 2 tiles. Suppression, not so valuable. Increased rocket attack range has definitely come in handy. The area that we can hit with the blaster launcher is insane. Deep pockets, multiple use of limited use weapons, and Rocketeer. I think what we want to do, because Azurite's will is at 96, I think we want to give you simple alien grenades. Just give you more opportunities to blow shit up. Alternatively, we could give chitin plating, but that would not take advantage of your limited use ability. Alternatively, if I gave medkits to Azurite, maybe I should do medkits. Deep pockets. All limited use items in your inventory receive 1 extra use. Azurite frequently hangs at the back of the squad, just because he's not super mobile. And on top of that, he can fire the blaster launcher from an insane distance. So being able to hang back in the squad, and it has 2 heals at his disposal, I would say yes. I should probably have been giving him medkits dedicated for a while. I did do that for a period of time, but I think his final loadout should definitely include a medkit. Especially because we need people to heal. And he is definitely a slaughter for the squad. 132 kills, 66 missions, 4 of the 5 possible decorations. Azurite is definitely in the contention. Now, I want to speak about Callum here. Callum, in an alternate reality, is definitely our squad leader. However, even though he is an excellent shot and a very strong snapshot sniper, I have to compare his utility at base with the alternatives. Could give him alien grenades. Let's check his abilities. Snapshot. Extra conditioning, so he gains bonus health. What kind of loadout? You have Titan armor, so that's okay. Alright. Opportunist. Also good for a sniper. Will to survive. Reduces normal damage taken by 2 if in cover and not flanked. That's good. Deep pockets. More limited use. In the zone. Alright. I do see that it would probably be useful for... I mean, he's a snapshot sniper, so he can be with the rest of the squad. That means he could also possibly be running medkits. I'm going to buy another medkit. Alright. Callum, I believe this is your final loadout. I will say, even though Callum has only been on 31 missions, 90 kills across those missions is crazy good. I will also say that if Callum does not make our final 6, he is absolutely in contention as one of the runners-up. No question. Callum is very strong. I'm very happy with Callum. I will be disappointed not to include him. In the same vein, I would like to say the same thing about Tesnu. Tesnu only has 33 kills of 27. His aim is not amazing, but his will is good. For that reason, I think he would benefit a lot more from a scope. We will buy you a scope. Maybe you should have had a scope before. There we go. Let's check your abilities. Alright. Resiliency to critical hits. Double reaction shots. Sprinter. Battle scanner. Battle scanner has come in handy maybe 1 or 2 times. I gotta be honest. It's not been insane. Especially because it's outclassed if anyone in the vicinity has bioelectric skin. I feel like there's no point. So, battle scanner kind of gets wasted. Tactical defense is nice. And field medic basically forces him to run medkits. So this is what I like about Tesnu. As long as we're compensating for his low accuracy, and this is also true of Azurite, as long as we're compensating for his low accuracy, Tesnu is a very, very utilitarian character. I think that's very useful. Let me just double check. He has extra conditioning? No, he does not have extra conditioning. For that reason, I think Tesnu would benefit from some ghost armor. If nothing else, we're giving these people their cannon loadouts. go. So Tesnu does not have quite the reputation, quite the running streak as Callum does. However, there's a lot he can bring to the team that I appreciate. He's also an assault that has done very well with just a rifle. That was kind of something I thought was interesting about him as well. I think giving him a rifle early on definitely leans into that that utility. He can be useful at medium range without having to run up into people's faces. But on top of that, he also has Sprinter, so he can if he really needs to. I like that about Tesnu. The Tesnu, along with Callum, not as much as Callum, but both of these guys, very strong follow-ups. Talk about Roy and Anarchy. Start with Roy. That's not Roy. Roy. There you go. Roy. Roy, I love ya. You were the first one to get a proper full mech suit. Your aim is not amazing. I'm gonna be honest. Automated threat assessment. Both of you guys have this. Damage control is cool. Jet boot modules we've used, I think, 1 or 2 times. Expanded storage is nice. Having AoE heals is super big. And of course we gave you absorption field because you wanted to be a tank. We only took you on like 11 missions. And I think that's because, even though you're a big target, and you're really good at taking damage, there are some ways in which it is actually better that we have, unfortunately, Anarchy. Also, be mindful that while you have Restorative Mists, we also gave you the EMP, which is, I think, helped once or twice, and the Flamethrower, which has also helped once or twice. Not that they're not great. The Flamethrower can be really, really good. Can do a shit ton of damage in the right situation, but it's got to be kind of like the right situation. And that's why, on the flip side, I am much more inclined to lean towards Anarchy. 113 kills across 40 missions. His aim is 101 with no buffs. That's really good. On top of that, we do have damage control on him still. One for All, I will admit, has not always come in handy. A couple times it's been useful. Repair servos has been consistently useful, and it really helps. And it's a good combination with reactive targeting sensors, which has killed people I haven't even wanted him to kill unintentionally. So if you want to, like, slight Anarchy for any reason, he's really been botching a lot of my capture attempts. But for what it's worth, if we want an ultra-lethal character on the team, Anarchy definitely qualifies as one of those. So here's the thing. He's so beefy, so bulky, has 2 forms of explosives going for him. He's got the basic grenade launcher, and he's got the proximity mines, both of which do a ridiculous amount of damage to pods if they don't move very far. So I can run him right out into the open. He's getting a bunch of defensive bonuses just from standing there. If I pop any pods, I can either blow them up immediately with a grenade launcher, or I can set them up to die the second they move with the proximity mine. And on top of that, he can punch anyone point blank, absolutely for free, no cooldown, for 18 damage. He has killed so many guys just by punching them in the face. Gotta give him credit for that. And if he doesn't end up killing anybody, If anybody makes the mistake of taking a shot at them, they can take up to 11 damage in retaliation. Also, enemies have tried to mind control him, like, multiple times. And I think he's only been mind controlled once. His will is 108, with, I think, a bonus that he only gets from being a mech trooper. So, Anarchy, in my opinion, absolutely a Final 6 candidate. Kalu. The biggest thing going for Kalu, even though Kalu has been in the grand scheme of things, very few missions. 24 missions, that's not that much. That's half as many as Anarchy's been on. 46 kills, 2 kills per mission, also not amazing. However, you have a god-level natural aim and a god-level natural will stat, which basically puts you, as a support, in the same tier as a Woogie. And a Woogie was just a slaughterhouse all on his own. So strong. But having 116 will and having the lead by example perk from the officer training school basically forces me to put Kalu, despite having no decorations, definitely in our leadership role. I could be mistaken about other abilities you may or may not be missing because of medals. I mean, I can take a peek at medals. +5 defense and cover. Never panic as a result of allies. Bonus aim per combat bonus. +1 aim and will for each mission completed with no soldier deaths. Entire squad receives +5 will, +5 defense in battle. Robotic units receive only the defensive bonus. Alright. Nothing compensates. So all of that, in my opinion, goes to say that Kalu just has the God will stats. And Kalu definitely, thanks to lead by example, is going to want to share that with the entire team. And so Kalu has to be in the lead position. If we want to make our characters as resistant as possible to getting mind controlled or panicked, which has happened surprisingly little throughout this entire campaign, we want Kalu in the lead. But not only that, let's take a peek at her abilities. Smoke grenade, good. Bullet swarm, 2 shots in a single turn, that's huge. Flush, hasn't come into play much, admittedly, but if I needed someone to leave cover to trigger a reaction shot, I can do it. Rapid reaction also gets 2 reaction shots. It's like Kalu gets 2 turns every turn. Double reaction shots and bullet swarm, it's like Kalu gets 2 shots every turn. And with that amount of aim and the amount of damage you can do, that's crazy. Dense smoke. If I use Kalu's smoke grenade, it's going to be a really good smoke grenade. Battle scanner, said the same thing about Tesnu. So we've got a couple kind of meh abilities, but we follow it up with lightning reflexes. So strong. So strong. Kalu, also big contender for our Final 6. Now let's talk about some of our other guys who are not our Psy troops. Polnareff. Polnareff is good. 108 aim. Will of 86, not bad. You could use a Mind Shield, but triple medkit's also kind of a weird choice for you, I will admit. Snapshot, covering fire. Resilience, suppression. Again, a really weird ability to have on a sniper. Double tap. You're kind of like Callum, but not as good as Callum, is my feeling. And here's the deal. You've been on 19 missions, and you've had 18 kills, my guy. That just doesn't cut the mustard. Doesn't cut the mustard. I'm sorry. Polnareff, will not be qualifying for the final 6. And on top of that, I'm going to say that Polnareff is also not in consideration for just missing the final 6 either. I'm sorry, that's just the way of it. But what I will do is I will buy you Ghost Armor. There you go. You got Ghost Armor. Ice Polnareff. Mule. Mule has an aim of 93. That seems really good. But here's the deal. All of our other snipers are 100 or higher. Mule just does not make his shots. 110 will is actually really good. I'm going to be dead serious about that. 110 will is a fantastic stat to have on Mule. Well, let's take a look. Squad sight. Grenadier. Not super helpful for a squad sight sniper. Opportunist is good for a squad sight sniper. Deep pockets. On what? Again, battle scanner. We went over this. In the zone. Good ability. 15 missions. 22 kills. He's just not clutched out his shots a lot of the time. He has not unlocked his final psi abilities. I will admit, I don't know what it takes to really unlock those final psi abilities. But you know what? We're gonna reserve judgment for Mule just yet. Alright, let's talk about our actual psi units. Or at least the originally dedicated psi units. So first, let's talk about Chair. Chair. 78 aim. It is why I've given you a rifle. I don't want to have that been the case. But that's where we're at. Your will at 81 is not fantastic. For someone who is a psi soldier, I would want a higher will stat. Your abilities are good. I did not give you mind control purposefully. Telekinetic field hasn't come in handy yet. You've made a lot of kills with Mind Fray. I'll give you that. Let's look at your other stuff. Sentinel. Good stuff. Lightning reflexes. Excellent. Heat ammo. Good. Field medic. Okay, kind of weird. Tactical sense. Executioner. Lightning reflexes and field medic are kind of the only standouts there. And you're not even really running medkits, which is kind of disconcerting. Let's buy a medkit. Where are you? Here we go. Multi-heal would be really good. Let's read this again. Increases Wearer's will by 20 for psi attacks and defense. So if you think about it, as long as you got the psi armor on, it's like 101 will. That's not terrible. And you got some nice utility abilities. And that's kind of what we were going for with the psionic stuff too. You can buff our guys to prevent them from getting taken over. And you can do telekinetic field to give a huge defensive bonus if we need it. So I will say, even though 21 missions, 19 kills, I'm going to say Chair is definitely in the running for at least our final 6. Honorable mention, I will say. And let's look at Vriska. Where's Vriska? Vriska is in the genetics lab. Alright. Vriska. Actually, we're going to wait for the genetics lab. We're going to... Okay, there we go. Vriska's out. Let's look at Whiskey Vriska. Okay. By comparison, 95 aim. Great aim for just a rifle. 95 will, base level, plus 20 with the armor. That is nuts. That is so good. Those are really good stats. Only 25 kills in 16 missions, but that's better than Chair. Gotta admit that. Your psi abilities. Panic is nice to rip someone out of a turn, basically denying an enemy a turn. Super helpful. Mind control. Virtually every single person with mind control has had a 100% chance of success. That also takes an enemy out of the game for an entire turn. Bear in mind, the probability of this scales with the high will stat, which Vriska has. Your abilities. Bring them on. Bonus crit. Smoke and mirrors, so you get additional smokes if we need it. Sprinter, really nice. Dense smoke. Multiple smokes, very good smokes. I appreciate that. Medkits. So, we have a very support-oriented support that also has some incredibly strong psi abilities. If she needs to heal someone, she has Sprinter to help with that. And if anyone's on Overwatch, she of course has lightning reflexes. Vriska could be so clutch. Vriska could be so incredibly clutch. So not only does she have multiple smokes, she's got strong smokes. If she shoots at anybody, she gets bonus crits. If she needs to heal anybody, she gets a stronger heal. And if she needs to cross any distance to do it, she can move farther and she can move safer. Not to mention, if she needs to protect the other team by provoking an Overwatch, she can do it as well. This, I think, is what objectively makes Vriska qualified as, I think, the chosen one at this point. I want this to sound totally objective. I'm genuinely assessing these traits as is. And let me just be real here. On the flip side, where is there's Chair. All right. By competition, Chair does not have nearly as good of aim, nearly as good of will. Has a bunch of meh abilities. Field Medic, not a whole lot to really benefit that, aside from lightning reflexes. Get some extra shots, get some extra defense, slightly better aim under certain circumstances. That's okay. It's not super impressive, though. It is not as, focused of a build of a character, is what I'm inclined to say. Now, again, to be totally fair, if we look at Mule is our Psi Soldier with the absolute highest base kit will stats. That is very, very high. 110 base level will. But let's look at the abilities. Grenadier. Okay, now I have to dedicate grenades to Mule, who's a squad sight sniper. That's anti-synergistic. Opportunist is good. Deep Pockets, again, further emphasizing that I gotta dedicate grenades to him. And then Battle Scanner, which I'm probably not gonna use in the final mission. In the Zone is good, but... So it's really the question of, do I want... It's not like I couldn't take both Mule and Vriska. But if I take both Mule and Vriska, then there's an opportunity cost that I'm also forfeiting at the same time. Vriska is a very, very, very competent support, whereas Mule is definitely outstripped as a sniper by both Samnus and Callum. That's kind of where this breaks down, in my opinion. So, Mule, full credit, even though your aim has not been as high as I would genuinely wish it to be. Credit to having the highest will stat of, it seems like anybody, at least of our Psi soldiers, or at least the ones we're running and naming. So credit to you there. Did not ultimately unlock an ability for you. I could give you mind control. But for what? A throwaway mission? We gotta be a bit realistic, unfortunately. You have ghost armor. You got the rifle, the pistol. We gotta give you a scope to compensate a little bit, and you're a grenadier, so we gotta give you the grenades. I think this is what you're gonna look like in game. Just double check what we have on Vriska. Alright. Psi armor. Definitely want Psi armor on you. Vriska has to bring heals to the table. I will buy yet another medkit. Not that I couldn't unequip it from someone else. But I will buy another medkit. This is just, grants will when defending against attacks. This will give you chitin plating for bonus health. It's probably what I should do. Alien grenade would be nice as well. You don't have crazy high health. This is true. I think to make Vriska a little bit more durable, I will give her chitin plating. I think that's what I want to do there. Okay. So that's where I'm at right now. I think we're gonna put Vriska into the Gollop chamber.
I appreciate your efforts
Just
to
double
support
check
the
that
research
anybody
team,
else had
Commander.
anything.
I
You are
want to put the new
maxed.
recruits to work
You are
in
maxed. Callum's not going to be on our final team. Hesnu's not going to be on our final team. Kalu is. Kalu's maxed. Chair is maxed. Polnareff isn't coming with us. Vriska's maxed. Is there room for Callum? Maybe there is room for Callum. I can't add. Alright, Gollop chamber.
This is it.
Soldier is
Once
capable
our
of using the
volunteer
device.
enters the chamber, there is no
A
turning
final
back.
step.
This
Alright, we're gonna save. And we're gonna do this next time.
is what we've been working towards this whole time. We likely will not be able to make any developments beyond this point.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and goodbye.